Great job, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Alvin Fielder. Everybody else. Fielder, Jason Jackson, Mr. Jason Jackson on the tenor saxophone, and Damon Smith on the bass. My name is David Dove. Thanks again, everyone, for coming tonight. Just give you a little bit of context about Nameless Sound and about my feelings and relationship with several of the people here in the building tonight. There are a handful of people here tonight who I really admire. Of course, I really admire all of you, especially for coming here and supporting us. Thank you for coming. But to give a little context about our organization, we do a concert series, several concerts a year for musicians all over the world, cutting-edge musicians, people who we feel are doing the most innovative, groundbreaking, important music that's happening. The other side of our organization is something different, but driven by the same philosophy and the same inspiration and creativity, and that's the work that we do with kids. And the work that Nameless Sound does with kids is very unique to our organization, and it's something that's very innovative that's happening here in your city in Houston. It's not really happening anywhere else. And I feel like it could only happen here in this place. Something that develops very creatively and very organically. And what it is it's a inspiration and a philosophy towards music education that's driven by the same principles, values that drive all of these musicians that we bring here to Houston that you see. People like Roscoe Mitchell, people like Alvin Fielder, people who are thinking of new ways of doing things, people who are using diverse approaches, people who have committed themselves to something positive and who know that music is something that is very powerful in our lives, in our communities, and our personal lives, and it's very transformative, and they've committed their lives to doing something. The work shows it, but what you don't see is that these people, when they come to Houston, and oftentimes in their own places, are working with young people driven by the same thing that drives their creative drive, to bring a creative process to them that we all feel is something that can greatly benefit them. We see over 100 kids a week in about 16 different sessions. We go in homeless shelters every week, about 10 different sessions a week. We work with refugee children, we work with special needs children, and it's all doing an approach to music that's completely original, that affirms diversity and creativity. If you go see Roscoe Mitchell, if you saw him last night, if you see him tomorrow, what you should also know is that he's been here all week in this town, going out to our schools, Sterling High School, Willow Ridge High School, working with the youth in our program, directly playing music with them. We're bringing the best musicians in the world to bring with kids who almost have no resources, nothing brought to them. And it's because we think this music is very powerful and it's something that could really bring something to them. This man, Alvin Fielder, right here, our last year's recipient of the Resounding Vision Award, has been very important to our program. Alvin has a story that has many chapters. Among them, he was the house drummer in the band in this building. This is by complete coincidence. He was the house drummer in the Eldorado Ballroom in what years? In 1954 and 1955, when he was a pharmacy student at Texas A&M University. This is before he went to Chicago, before he played with Sun Ra, before he played on Roscoe Mitchell's first record, before he was a co-founder of the AACM with Roscoe Mitchell, and before he did many, many other things after that. So there's a lot of synergies and connections here. Our previous awardee, Curly Cormier, a really good friend of mine like that. This man is going to play for you later tonight. I expect to see some dancing on the dance floor here. I'm available for a dance. This man runs a club called the Silver Slipper. Very important place. club that's been around for 50 or 60 years. About 50 years. And I look up to Curly a lot. He's a great musician. He's a great host. He's always certain that people are happy in his club. People are having a good time. To me, that's everything. If we can do that with everything in our work as artists and as people, have the grace, generosity, and also talent that this man has, then we can go a long way. And this is the kind of inspiration that for me that drives everything that we do in Nameless Sound. And thank you very much to Susie and Sanford Kreiner, very much involved in Houston music. And also I put up with them our friend Casey Williams, a really great friend of the music. People who are great, great friends of the music. We wouldn't be able to play music without the people who love music. They're as important as the people who make the music. First time I ever presented a concert, Casey Williams was there. He came right up to me afterwards. He said, "I can't believe you presented this music. I love this stuff. This is what sustains us, is that people come up to us and they share with us that it's important to them as it is to us." Thank you, Susie and Sanford. Thank you to the Williams family. And of course, last but not least, our honoree this year, Mr. Roscoe Mitchell. Been wanting to bring this man to Houston for many years. For many reasons I knew why, and for many reasons I didn't know why, but I learned this week. I've learned a lot from this man this week, just by being with him in the workshops, by beginning to play with him. We've been camped out in this room for 3 days. This band has been practicing every day. These guys practice. These guys have been practicing every day for hours a day. We've had workshops up with him in here. The commitment, seriousness, and the clarity by which he does his music has been really inspiring to me, and I've learned a lot from it, and it will just keep on sustaining me. And thank you very much, Roscoe, for coming. And the man is, along with Alvin, one of the co-founders of the AACM, very important organization, the Association for the Advancement of Creative Musicians in Chicago in the 1960s. What was the founding year? I know Alvin knows. 1963. This is when musicians took control of their own destiny, and they got together and they worked together to identify themselves as composers and to give each other opportunities. And there's a lot more to it than that. But that history and all of the music that came out of it is the testament to the power to someone like me from the next generation who goes back and listens. Really important to me as an organizer of community work to look back at the AACM, to look back at the spirit that Roscoe's done on his music and the intention behind it, the clarity behind it. It's an honor to have you here, so thank you very much for coming. And once again, thanks to all of you all for coming. We have a super auction here that has some very special, rare items here. I might try to talk some of y'all up about that because there's some really special things in here. I don't know how long the auction is open for. But shortly from now, but it's open for a while, and in a little while here after that, you get a little time to get another drink, look at the auction, and the band gets time to set up. Curly Cormier and the Gladiators, one of the best bands in Houston, is about to play for you. So thank you all for coming.